Yeah, I'm competitive, bro. So it's like I want to be the best. So when I see certain guys out there, and I seen Tio his last fight, I was there front row, and I'm like, damn, this dude is like, he like a baby Roy, like he like doing things with his hands down, flashy. I thought it was cool, so it kind of made me want to get in the ring with him and see if he could do them things against my style.
The boxing world was caught off guard when former two-time welterweight champion Shawn Porter revealed that he is having second thoughts about his original prediction for the massive showdown between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson.
Defense second, offense third.
Damn.
The thing that I like about Shakur though is, you know, we already know the statistical numbers in terms of how much he gets hit per round and even per fight, which is
low.
But the other side of that is offensively, he's very accurate. So while we don't like that he might throw 30, 40 punches around, he's usually on point when he throws, he don't miss.
Porter initially gave Stevenson a comfortable 60-40 advantage. However, his recent assessment tells a very different story, forcing fans to reconsider everything they thought they knew about this matchup. Porter's change of heart came during an episode of the PorterWay Podcast, with a retired champion, known as Showtime, explained why he now views the fight as essentially a coin flip. His reasoning centers on a critical detail many analysts have overlooked in their rush to crown Stevenson the inevitable winner. Porter believes Lopez possesses multiple pathways to victory, while Stevenson remains committed to a single approach that defines his entire fighting identity. The Newark southpaw has built his career on consistency, never straying from the blueprint that has carried him through 24 undefeated professional bouts. While Porter respects this unwavering commitment, he also sees it as a potential vulnerability against a fighter as multifaceted as Lopez.
That Teofimo has is what gives someone like Shakur problems, because it throws off his timing.
Yep.
Shakur is flat out amazing. I've watched this kid. He can find anybody's time.
Right.
So if you give him the space with just lot of feints and stuff like that, he gonna still pick it up and he's still gonna find it. I got a feeling this thing is not gonna be boring and dry, because I got a feeling you're right. By nature, Teofimo is a counterpuncher. He's an explosive counterpuncher. He does not know how to punch. He can't really set it up first the way that he can when somebody's coming at him. We already know Shakur ain't gonna have a lot of offense for him. But at the same time, I think about it like this: Shakur is an ace of spades, but Teofimo Lopez is a wild card. He's still liable to do anything at any point in time, and I just got a feeling that it's gonna be like a Tasmanian, well, like a hyena and a lion, you know. And it's like, is the hyena gonna be able to pounce on the lion enough to get the job done, or is the lion just gonna be able to make his moves, do what he need to do, and snap at him and get him when he want him to? You know, well, the lion being Shakur.
The contrast becomes even clearer when examining each fighter's ability to adapt during a fight. Stevenson advances methodically with elite defensive awareness, maintaining his disciplined style regardless of circumstances. Lopez, on the other hand, can shift between defensive control and explosive aggression. He can force opponents to come to him or surge forward with looping left hooks and powerful right hands that arrive from unpredictable angles. This versatility gives the takeover options that Stevenson simply does not have in his arsenal. Porter outlined a scenario that should concern Stevenson supporters heading into fight night at Madison Square Garden. Both fighters may coast through certain rounds without asserting dominance, but Lopez has shown the ability to steal key moments within otherwise quiet frames. A sudden flurry here, an explosive combination, there are just enough activity to edge close rounds on the scorecards. Over 12 rounds, those stolen moments could add up to a decision victory, even without any single dominant performance. This subtle advantage is often what decides fights at the highest level.
Shakur's gonna come out middle of the ring, work that jab, work that pawn that he does, all that, the feints. He's gonna try to touch him with the jab, but he's gonna be waiting on his moments to snap with that right hand, waiting on his moments to counter, waiting on his moment. And when they're not there, he's just gonna slide off, go for that little walk, restart, slide off, restart. Shakur is the kind of fighter that does not mind restarting. That was our thing, was once we start, we want to do the best we can to get away from another restart, because the restart allows you to reset, allows you that space, you know, and stuff like that. When you would see me get broke by the ref, you would see me right back on, because I don't want that restart situation. Right. So that's what Shakur needs. He needs that space to keep restarting, that space to keep using his jab, keep probing, and keep finding tail. I think that's what the fight's going to look like for Shakur. The other side of that is, as the fight goes on,
Lopez himself remains supremely confident. Despite entering the bout as a betting underdog, odds makers have installed Stevenson as a minus 295 favorite, compared to Lopez's plus 225 status, according to DraftKings. The reigning WBO super lightweight champion, who holds a record of 22 wins and 1 loss, believes lightweight fighters were forced to move up in weight because no one at 140 pounds could truly challenge him. Lopez sees himself operating on a different level than his divisional peers, making this cross-weight clash necessary for Top Rank to create a legitimate test. The magnitude of the fight resonates deeply with him, as he views Stevenson as another major name to add to his growing legacy. The Brooklyn native welcomes challenges like this, understanding that defeating a pound-for-pound talent moving up in weight would elevate his place in boxing history. Still, Lopez acknowledges what makes this matchup unique. Nobody fights like Shakur Stevenson, and that singular style brings an excitement unmatched by any other available bout.
I favor Shakur in this one. And I mean, I think Teal is a phenomenal fighter, great fighter. Mm-hmm. But Teal to me is more like he has those athletic skills that you don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it comes to him.
Yeah, I think Lopez
comes to him naturally. Yeah. But I think that's what's going to nip him in the against Shakur. Right. Because Shakur is fundamentally sound.
Correct.
So when a guy that has this athletic ability and does things that are not fundamentally sound fights a guy that's seasoned like a Shakur, he's going to make you pay. And that's just how I see it. I think it's a great matchup, but I just favor
Shakur is like Floyd in this way.
Yeah.
He's like Floyd in this way. Everyone's able to boxing IQ, the defense, whatever, and Shakur's a southpaw, but he makes fewer mistakes than the other guy. Yes, really, what Floyd did, he was like a football team that never turns the ball over. If you need to throw the if you need to throw the ball away, throw it away. Waste that down, right? But don't turn it over.
Stevenson enters a contest with confidence of his own, supported by memories of a brief sparring session the two shared in the past. In an interview with All the Smoke Fight, the unbeaten WBC lightweight champion recalled trading rounds with Lopez, describing the encounter as inconclusive, with both fighters likely believing they performed well. From Stevenson's perspective, however, those rounds provided enough insight to convince him that Lopez cannot beat him when it truly matters. The 4-division world title hopeful views Lopez as flashy and talented, but ultimately flawed in key fundamentals that elite fighters are able to exploit.
And I think y'all had a weird situation in sparring, like a round or something like that. Did y'all ever spar, or was that just a round?
Nah, we sparred like 3 rounds. We sparred 3 rounds, I wouldn't say. It was cool. It was cool. It wasn't really too much to gauge from. So we got in there. I felt like I got off. He probably felt like he did something. So from my memory, I felt like I said, I know he can't do it. That's what I feel like.
So without giving up too much, when you look at him as a professional and you see what he's done, the fights he's fought, his style, what is it about him that you are going to exploit?
I think he's the truth. He do a lot of things well. I think he flashy. I think it's just some basic stuff. Where I feel like he make mistakes, and I think I'm gonna capitalize off those mistakes.